Hey everyone, welcome back to Singularity again. I have done quite a bit of work trying to get as far as I can with what's happening here. And I've already started going back up to the top again somehow. And I actually do have enough to do that, so I'm gonna do that really quick. But this is the very last thing I need, which makes me think that this possibly is the last thing here. So, okay. By probing the outer limits of extreme survival, I see that life is surprisingly resilient. But that raises a new question. What are the ultimate boundaries? In what other extremes can life take hold on Earth and beyond? Okay. So I actually have finished 2 of them now. Don't want to restart it because I have things to read. So yeah, this is now the second one that I've actually finished, and it's got such an interesting layout because it goes back up, which makes sense, but alright, I know I said I was gonna try and write down which things I needed to read still. I did that, and then I'm actually out of town right now, so I don't have that easily with me right now. But I think I left off around here. And I feel like also some of these I have read a little while ago, the last time this event was happening, so hiding in light. Hatchet fish use light to hide when seen from below. Photographers lining the photophores. I'm tired. Photophores lining the belly blend into the light above. Its huge yellow eyes can distinguish sunlight from bioluminescence, but enemy eyes can't. This looks kind of like something in Subnautica. A skinny body profile also makes the fish hard to see. Okay. Making light. Light that can glow is rare, or life that can glow is rare on land, but it's the rule in the deep sea. Up to 90% of deep dwellers are bioluminescent. Some have photophore glands in their skin that create light chemically, combining oxygen and luciferin. Others harbor glowing bacteria on their bodies. Alarms and flashbangs. Light can be a defense. Jellyfish put on a fireworks show to warn, I taste bad and I sting. Copepods drop a time-delayed flashbang to allow for a getaway. When attacked, many prey species emit an alarm to lure a second predator to eat the first one. That's kind of funny. Okay. Lurking champion. Most bioluminescence is blue, but the black dragonfish also emits a red glow that spotlights red prey like a sniper scope. This is such an interesting face. The hunter's eyes can detect red, but the prey's eyes cannot, which makes this top twilight predator a master lurker. It can see without being seen. Okay. Light as a lure. Anglerfish are named for their fishing rod, a glowing barbel or feeler that dangles over a gaping, toothy mouth. With their large eyes, squid and fish home in on that glow, usually the sign of a snack, but they can't see the dark hunter lurking behind. Interesting. Okay. Seeing blue. Twilight eyes are tuned to blue. Phronema is a tiny hunter with two big eyes that peer far ahead and two side eyes that scan nearby. When it spies the blue glow of a salp plankton, it claws and chews, but the salp's guts chews out the I'm so tired. Chews out the salp's guts and uses the barrel remnant as a nursery. Okay. Red is the new black. Red sunlight doesn't reach this deep, so the color appears black. Even a bright red grouper blends into the dark, hidden from predators and able to sneak up on tasty crabs. Many transparent jellyfish have red stomachs to conceal the glowing prey they eat. It's very interesting. Okay. See-through bodies. In dim light, transparent bodies are invisible. Sea butterflies are snails that evolved see-through camouflage by ditching their shells and pigments. A single muscular foot for crawling became two flaps for swimming, each coated with a sticky mucus to snag detritus to eat. That is very fascinating. Okay. Snot palace. Drifters that rely on food coming... drifters that rely on food coming to them have to grab as much as they can. In less than an hour, giant Larvaceae can build a sticky meter-wide snot palace out of mucus. The many chambers and channels trap and filter detritus for the tadpole's-sized resident. Okay. Midnight zone. At 1,000 to 4,000 meters, the bathypelagic zone makes up 90% of the ocean and yet hosts only a fraction of its creatures. There's zero sunlight, crushing pressure, a near-freezing chill, and scant food. Just 5% of all the sinking detritus. Why live here at all? Okay. Nightly migrations. A scarcity of food drives Earth's biggest migration. Each night, hordes of glowing jellies, squid, fish, and zooplankton rise to surface to feed. Journeying to a predator-filled zone is exhausting and risky, but survivors return to inky black safety before dawn. Slow living. With little to eat, midnight zone creatures are sluggish. Sleeper sharks swim to the surface each night, but at a top speed that's slower than a walk. Oh, they're cute. The upside to a slow metabolism is longevity. Sleeper sharks live to at least 272 years, the longest of any vertebrate. I actually got the new shark, and I don't think that was during the recording. I think that was when I was playing this on my own. So I will have to show that after. Okay. This is not exactly the order these were unlocked, I'm pretty sure, but I'm just trying to get all of them. Okay, giant eyes. All the light in this zone comes from animals. So, to predators, every glow signals a meal. To detect the light from afar, the world's largest invertebrate, the colossal squid, has the biggest eyes. They're the size of dinner plates. Colossal squid mostly eat other squid. This is such an interesting picture. The biggest gulp. Big meals are a rare treat, and midnight zone hunters take full advantage. Picture a brown balloon on a black string. That's what a gulper eel looks like when its toothless mouth supersizes to engulf prey. When the mouth deflates, the body reverts to a tube shape. Very weird. Okay, giant teeth. To gobble a rare large meal, predators like viperfish and fangtooth fish have teeth so long that they can't close their oversized mouths. Fangtooths look fierce, but they're only about the size of a hand. Viperfish feed near the surface at night and can grow foot-sized. They're so spiky. Okay. I feel like I have read that one before. Under pressure. Water pressure is no problem for jellies, a general term for animals with boneless, squishy bodies. They collapse and expand to keep pressure balance inside and out. Vertebrates like fish and whales have flexible bone or cartilage that bends under pressure. Okay. Extreme mating. BioLight helps mates to find each other. No easy feat in this immense void. To stay found, a male anglerfish fuses his tiny body onto a far larger female, feeding only on her blood. He'll spend his life fertilizing the eggs she expels and then die still a part of her. I've seen a video of that, and it's fascinating. Okay, collective living. Siphonophores live in colonies to pool survival skills. These chains of mixed jellies function like a floating city and can grow longer than a whale. Bell-shaped jellies provide propulsion while polyps filter, feed, and reproduce. A gas-filled float controls buoyancy. I should also read these because I don't remember the order that these happened in. Okay, so we have glow up. In the inky dark, creating light is just a first step. Using that glow to hunt or defend and to find mates is the key to survival. And then we have stronger together. In a harsh world, species team up to survive. Siphonophores are a model alliance, as many creatures living as one. And circle of life. Life supports life in one big interconnected cycle, even if it involves a lot of death, which was the last one. Okay. The abyss. Below 4,000 meters, the continental shelf bottoms out into an abyssal plain, the mostly bare ocean floor. It covers half of Earth's surface, and yet 99% of the abyss is unexplored. Scant detritus from above settles in the mud. How do abyssal zone creatures survive? Alright. The clock is making a noise. Deep sea species are often extreme versions of shallow forms. The globular Dumbo octopus has two floppy fins that look like ears. The fins help it hover over the bottom while stumpy, webbed tentacles search for food. The eyes are mostly useless with no retina or lens. It's such a weird looking. They're all so weird looking. Okay. Lonesome predator. The deep-sea lizardfish is a benthic hunter that devours anything within reach, even its own kind. The mouth, tongue, and jaws all have fangs. With mates scarce or opt to become dinner, this lonesome killer is a hermaphrodite having both male and female organs. Smell and touch. Abyssal creatures don't rely much on sight. Rat tails have odor pits to sniff out carcasses. Tripod fish use extra long sensitive fins to feel for food. They sometimes perch atop 3 bony fins facing the current and swat passing prey into their mouths. That sounds a little bit like the sea treaders from Subnautica. Electrical sensors. Long-nosed chimera cousins to sharks are the top abyssal predators. Dot-sized sensors along the large snout detect electrical fields created by the muscle movements of crustaceans and other small prey. As with sharks, their teeth never stop growing. Benthic desert. In a food desert, mobility beats drifting aimlessly or anchoring to rocks and waiting for a meal. At extreme depths, sea cucumbers, brittle stars, sea lilies, urchins, and other benthic bottom-dwelling creatures need to swim or crawl to find food. A gathering herd. Once urchins, sea stars, and other echinoderms find their kind in this lonely void, they stick together. Herds of sea cucumbers walk along the muddy bottom, grazing on nutrients. Most echinoderms reproduce by splitting in two. They regenerate the missing parts. Like worms. Interesting. I don't think with worms that's their main form of reproduction, though. Whale fall, a gift from above. One whale carcass can feed the famished abyss for years. First in are sleeper sharks, hagfish, slime eels, and rat tails, then snow crabs, brittle stars, anemones, and others. Finally, hundreds of thousands of bone-eating worms reduce the skeleton to bits. Okay. I feel like that was about as far as I got the last time that I did this, so this is exciting. Okay, the trenches. The ocean floor is scarred with troughs and trenches, cracks formed between tectonic plates below 6,000 meters. This Hadal, I don't know, zone named for, probably Hadal, named for the Greek god Hades, is nearly as deep as the 4 previous zones combined. Some life here is like nowhere else on Earth. Briny death traps. Brine pools form in low spots on the seafloor. The water is so packed with salt that animals venturing into it die and get pickled. The small pools teem with extremophiles, microbes adapted to extreme conditions. Mussels living around the edges feed on bacteria. Cold seeps. Cold seeps are vents where methane is a chemical engine for making sugar. This chemosynthesis is carried out by bacteria and a menagerie of one-celled microbes in the kingdom Archaea. Ancient. Seeps are stable and so ecosystems can last for centuries. Hadal extremes. Hadal snailfish, the deepest recorded living fish, have no scales, no photophores, and no air-filled swim bladder for buoyancy. A slimy goo keeps their pale pink, translucent bodies afloat. A species of cusk eel, a benthic fish, may live even deeper. Okay. Hydrothermal vents, which are right here. At holes in Earth's crust, frigid seawater meets molten rock. It superheats and jets upward like a geyser, carrying a brew of minerals. Hot vents attract some 500 species, but they fizzle out within decades. Anything that can't drift or swim to a new home dies off. And chemical ecosystem. Chemicals, not sunlight, power the base of the vent's food web. Bacteria can use energy from hydrogen sulfide to turn carbon into sugar. Mussels eat bacteria too. Worms form symbiotic win-win partnerships with them. Crabs and octopuses are top predators. Alright. Interesting way of explaining what symbiotic is. It's very brief summary. Okay, and we have upwelling, which makes various of these very efficient. Far above in the sunlight zone, wind pushes warm water away from shore toward the open ocean. Here in the abyss, a cold current rises to fill the space left by that water. This upwelling picks up and carries detritus, including the leftover bits of a dead whale. Nutrient expressed. Detritus contains many vital nutrients: carbon, the base element of all life, nitrogen, hydrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, sulfur, and other minor chemicals. Nutrients allow life forms to digest food, grow, build shells, repair damage, breathe, and otherwise function. Okay. Cannot get any of these. Alright, climate control. The rising cold current mixes with warm surface water, while elsewhere warm currents join cold ones. It takes a drop of water 1,000 years to travel the great ocean conveyor, a global loop of currents that moderates ocean temperatures and Earth's entire climate. In my climatology class, we talked about how some people are concerned that there's evidence that the ocean conveyor is actually starting to slow down. And if it stops, that would be quite problematic. So that's a really fascinating thing if you have not ever heard of that before. It's very interesting to look into. Okay. Earth's lifeline. Upwelled nutrients draw masses of surface life, which become prime fishing spots for sea and land creatures. Algae thrive, producing most of the oxygen in our atmosphere. Food, oxygen, and climate. The deep sea boosts the sunlight zone, which sustains all life on Earth. Alright, and we will accept challenge mode. And I'm getting many sciences. Also, this is interesting because the sunlight zone is not at the top anymore. Okay, now it is. That was done, interestingly. I think that might have been how it started, actually. And now it looks like I've got close to the same things again. So that's good to know. Everything's more expensive now, though. I don't think I'll make it all that far here, but oh well, I am doing my best. I just probably am not gonna play this for all that long because, like I said, I'm pretty tired. I have been out of town, like I mentioned. I've been working on my capstone research, and I have to be up a little later to go do that again, but I just wanted to get this recording done because I'm really excited with what I was able to get done in this, and I'm excited that this is now the second one that I've actually fully finished. So I definitely wanted to at least come show that, and I will let this start to accumulate for a second, and while I do, I will show the new shark that I got before I forget, because that's kind of thematically similar to this. So I think it's this one that's the new one. I got the great white. It's eating stuff. But yeah, now I've got various sharks. I think I have 4 different sharks now. There's one. Yeah, but this one I'm pretty sure is the new one. So that's very exciting. I've also got stuff that I can do here. Bison! Oh, they're cute. Wait, does that mean I've never had bison or fox before? I think maybe these are new. Okay, well, foxes are omnivorous mammals with pointed ears and snouts and bushy tails. The most common species, the red fox, is known for its bright orange coat. In many places, they have become urban carnivores living in suburbs and streets, and cities. Bison. Broad, muscular, shaggy ungulates. The American bison is the largest terrestrial animal in North America. They can weigh up to 3,000 pounds. Though nearly hunted to extinction in the 19th century, they have made a comeback as domesticated livestock. Oh, that's cute. I love it. Okay. Grizzly bear, a large and powerful species of bear. Grizzlies have dark fur. Oh, it's sleepy. That's adorable. Have dark fur and long claws adapted for digging. They have low reproductive rates and are a threatened species. They are apex predators, and the only threats to their dominance are gray wolves and humans. Viper. Aw, you look cool too. I love them all. Okay. Vipers are a family of snakes with a venomous bite. They will often rear up, hiss, or make other warnings to try to get the creature that threatens them to back off, but will bite when prey or unwitting humans get too close. Okay. No unwitting humans. We don't like unwitting humans. Okay. Let's see how this went in the very few minutes that I was gone. Good enough for that. Okay. I need to go look at Mesozoic and beyond, because I feel like I probably have stuff I can do there. Oh, we're getting close to this. We're still somehow not done, but very close. And we have this one. So now I guess I'll just rank up whatever I feel like it because I can, and I just need to earn more, so whatever I want really works. Alright, and beyond. Not bad. Let's see. I have these guys. And those guys. Those are always useful. And we have nothing there. We have that. And we have that. And so many options. Okay. Well, first of all, let's do that one, and then yay! I'm determined. I need this. I probably, yeah, I can't afford it yet, but everything is so expensive now. But I want it to be, well, this is close. Maybe I can do this instead. This one takes a long time now. I'm getting very, very close. I really want to get that because that's what's gonna unlock me the Kuiper Belt itself, which I need very badly. But if I can finish the sun, that at least will be satisfying. Yay! Perfect. And let's see, while I'm here, might as well do that, because that seems like a productive option. And okay, back to this one very briefly. I'm trying to decide whether I should try and set a specific goal for right now or whether I should just sort of see how things go, because I probably won't play that long today just because, like I said, I have a lot of stuff that I need to get ready for tomorrow, and I'm tired, and I have done the main thing that I really wanted to do, which was fully finish this, because like I've mentioned, I've never fully finished any before this other than the James Webb one, so now I have finished 2, which is very satisfying, and I enjoyed it. It was really, really interesting learning about all of that stuff, because I feel like there's just so much of our own ocean that we really don't know about at all. And personally, that is not really my my focus in science. Is not really like oceanography or anything like that. But it is so interesting to learn about anyway, and I just feel like it's something that so many people, I feel like, are so afraid of the ocean, which I feel like is a totally valid thing. Like, it's a huge area. It's got so many unknowns in it, and it's like such a powerful thing. But it's really interesting doing this today and like learning about this aspect today, because I just had another class that I was working on before this, which is part of why I'm really, really tired right now, is because I was doing so much homework, and it's exhausting. But one of the things that I was looking at was about just all of the, unfortunately, the plastic pollution, which is kind of a depressing thing to have to be watching videos about for a while. So I think I'm like kind of mentally exhausted from that, just because it's like it's a depressing thing to look at for a long time, and I had a lot of stuff talking about that in my assignment. So I feel like it's just I feel like the ocean is so complex, as I saw in this, and so many parts of it are so fragile. Like, the ecosystems are so fragile and so interconnected that it really sucks how much pollution there is. And so this is like a little bit convenient that it kind of goes so well with what I was studying for my class, but also it's a little bit sobering, just the whole thing of like all of these creatures in the system are suffering because of plastic that we are really carelessly using and getting into their habitat and all of that, which is sad for the fact that that's happening. So I think I will leave this here for now, just because of everything I mentioned. I have to be up early because I'm doing my capstone research right now, so that's part of why I'm really tired. And so I need to make sure that I'm all ready for that. Also, Cosmos have a vet appointment in a couple hours, so need to make sure that everything is all ready for that as well. He's fine. It's just a normal yearly checkup kind of thing, and he has a couple of vaccines to get. But still need to make sure that everything is ready for that and everything's good. So, for now, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you liked it, even though it was a little bit shorter. And I will see you next time. Bye!